Good afternoon. How are we? It has been a week or two. I know, bad me. I dropped the ball the past couple of weeks, and yeah, so I'm very sorry. I hope that you are all well and enjoying this slightly better weather that we have been having. I know that we are definitely making the most of it about here. Oh, it has been quite a few weeks now. It's been a very busy couple of weeks. Slurry, the last time I was talking to you, Slurry was, I suppose, really just feeling like it was starting to get going right, and my god, didn't it really just completely take off. The past 2 weeks have been a case of the yard is just emptied every morning at 8 o'clock. We've actually been out most days with 4 pipelines, and could we have got our hands on a 5th, we would have been away with it too. The problem is, after such a prolonged period of wet weather, whenever the temperatures do start to rise a wee bit, and there is that wee sort of a window in the forecast where you are getting a couple of dry days, nobody wants to miss out on that opportunity to get their slurry on so that they can start to get grass growing. So yeah, the past 2 weeks have definitely been busy. So yeah, there's been a lot of early mornings, a lot of late-ish nights, but it's good now because we definitely have made a good dent in things. We've definitely made a bit of an impact, and certainly now that the thing is starting to dry up a wee bit, and I suppose it is starting to feel a wee bit more like spring. We can, get fertilizer out, we can get spraying done, we can just start to think about spring, which is good. So thank you very much for all the comments and feedback on the last 2 videos. Number 1, the one where I was, I suppose, kind of gently reminding everybody about the DERA consultation form about reducing the payments for TV. A lot of people got in touch just to say that it's a good job I made that video because they didn't remember to do it, they'd seen it and never thought anything more about it. But no, thank you very much to everybody who did fill that in and did send in their thoughts to DERA. You're probably sitting thinking, gosh, Lorraine's getting very outspoken and very, political, but I think, to be honest, at this stage in the game, if you're not from Northern Ireland, we didn't have a sitting executive or a government for quite a good number of years there, and now that they are back to work, I am very interested in seeing just what they are going to do. There's a couple of areas in particular that I am quite interested in. Number 1, agriculture, number 2, childcare, and number 3, about the upgrading of the A5 road, which literally is just down at the bottom of our road here. All those things make an impact to me personally. So I kind of am keeping my ears to the ground a wee bit with what is going on regarding all that kind of stuff. Certainly, in terms of agriculture, I think Northern Ireland is the only place in the entire globe that you could ever have an agriculture minister who is pretty much against farming and is a vegan. But listen, I'm not going to tell you what my thoughts are on that, but let's just say I will stand corrected if he gives me the opportunity to do so. But yeah, I do think it is important that whenever we do have an opportunity to put our thoughts across and make our voice heard, that we use it. So next up was the video that I filmed just before we all went out for Johnny's birthday. So thank you very much to everybody who wished Johnny a happy birthday. It was a brilliant wee night. There were definitely a couple of sore heads the next day, but yeah, it was really good. Nice to get out, nice to get out in a social capacity with everybody. It doesn't happen very often. So yeah, What else was on that video? Oh yes, these hoodies. So thank you very much anybody who ordered. They're still on the website, you can get them on there along with the fills up fleece. And then the big announcement. Oh my goodness, such a bit of speculating. Never in my life have I had such speculations. So number one, it is not a nurse tank. There is a nurse tank on the way, but no, that's not what the big new addition is. I took quite a lot of enjoyment actually in seeing everybody's excitement and making their true feelings heard about what they think about our nurse tanks at the minute. We know we need them. We know, like, you know, we probably could not have done with a new nurse tank about 3 years ago, but yeah, you know yourself. What else was there? There was a whole load of quite entertaining suggestions as to what it was, but none of them were right. None of them were anywhere close actually. So yeah, we don't have that long to wait now. So hopefully, all being well, things are in motion and we will get it at the end of April. I'm sorry, I hate teasing you, but I'm not going to tell you. We are going to do. The manufacturer themselves actually said that they were quite excited to see what our reveal video was going to be. So just like whenever the 1180 came, we said nothing, although to be fair, I think that was probably the worst kept secret in the country at that stage, whenever there was all the speculation about where this 1180 was going, the first one in the north. And then we just fired up the video on the Sunday morning after she arrived on the Saturday. But yeah, it'll be something maybe similar. I don't know. We'll see how we get on. We'll see when she comes and what is all happening at that stage. If this year's anything like what last year was, we could be cutting silage, so she might just end up, I don't know. We'll see. So today's bank holiday. I'm off work. I am so glad to see bank holiday. We had quite a big weekend. Adam and I were down in Dublin for the last match of the Six Nations, so the Ireland and Scotland game. Wow. If you ever get a chance to go to a Six Nations match, please just jump at the chance. That is unbelievable, just the atmosphere. I have been absolutely exhausted ever since, right enough. It takes so much, I take so much out of myself when I'm watching rugby. Oh, it was unreal. So, I came up here today, I have a load of stuff that I have to do, you know, like life admin stuff, like stuff that just you've been putting off for so long to do. A lot of emails, invoices and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm going home now to do that. I also have a lot of cleaning to do, because the past couple of weeks of work have been very, very busy. I've been spending most of my time really the past couple of weeks has been spent in Donegal. Suppose Donegal is kind of only really starting to kick off calving, whereas the north is kind of tailing off a wee touch. Like ourselves, I'll show you where our dry cows are here in a minute, but we don't have very many cows left. There's definitely not the same pandemonium as what there once was in this calf shed. You will see empty pens, which we could have been praying for having an empty pen a couple of months ago. But yeah, as you can see behind me, like, it is still fairly busy in here. There is still a lot of calves. There's still a lot of calves being born, but they are mostly all either black or or Herefords that are coming now. There is still the odd few wee Holsteins here and there, but yeah, we're glad to get the calving read up, because it means then that you're not as tired. There's not as much stuff to do in the morning or the evening whenever you are trying to get away and get contracting as well. So although it is a bank holiday here, there is 2 slurry outfits, two pipelines and tankers and nurse tanks all the way today. It's actually a really nice dry day today. It's a good drying day. I have my washing line filled to the brim. there is a few bodies kicking about the yard here just actually at the minute. So Adam's here, although he's going this afternoon. Gordy and Philip are kicking about there somewhere, and Christopher is here as well. Christopher's actually just finishing off lambing, so he has his own sheep somewhere. I think it's just over 200, but he's in his last batch now, so I'm sure he'll be very glad to get that read up. So coming in here out of the wind. Oh my god, where do you see this here? I was in with Derek in Clonlea last week, and he was asking me, did your fertiliser come? And I said, to be honest with you, I did see a lorry in the yard, but I didn't really pass too many remarks. But some of it's definitely here anyway. So I don't even know how many lorry loads is there. Oh gosh. So that's the start of it. Derek, it's here. There's the sower there, so she's... Robbie was actually, he's actually made a start at fertiliser in our own ground, so our own crop ground. I don't think anybody, in terms of contracting, has had any of it done yet, but yeah, Robbie has made a start the past couple of Saturdays just on our own. So as well as slurry and fertiliser, and obviously at home the calves and the cows and everything else, there has been 2 ploughs out as well. So we actually, Christopher isn't away ploughing yet, so the 8740S has been on the slurry pump so far, but Alec has been away with his 5 for Cavernlin, and then the 8S265, and then we actually got a friend who doesn't live that well far away, but he came in and pulled us out as well, just to get a lot of ploughing done down at a farm in Castledurg. So that is a start made at that end of the thing as well. So yeah, if the weather kind of keeps going, temperatures are definitely up, and you definitely do see a bit more growth coming. So once that is in force, you definitely, fingers crossed, we don't get a flipping flurry of snow or something in the near future. But yeah, once that all sort of kicks in, then we will be flying, and hopefully we'll get the Lemkin drill on, the Vaderstat, and we will start sowing. If you're wondering why I'm just darting from shed to shed, it'd blow the head off you today, and I don't even know if you'd be able to hear me if I did go outside. Will we try it? I have to actually show you a pump. Hang on. I'm going to hide here for a minute or two. Right, so remember we were talking, or Adam was saying about the bother that they were having with the Breuer pumps. So if you missed all that, basically they were giving us bother. They were blocking, they were jamming solid, no matter what it was you were putting through them. Our hearts were broke basically. Yeah, so they made a bit of a tweak to them, and they actually pulled the back plate slightly further back. Chrissy, just back from feeding sheep. But the guys down in Slurry Equip were watching our video, and they have access to a different brand of pump. So they were up here, they dropped off. We actually have 3 of the bobble drop off front reelers now, so yeah, that is a bit of a new addition. But yeah, so they were dropping off that one day, and they said, look, we're going to give you this pump, and you can see what you think, you can see how you get on. Now, we don't know what make it is. I'm not entirely sure that they know what make it is, but we have been using it now for the past 2 weeks, and it has yet to block. We have been sucking out of some tanks that you would expect a lot of debris in, you know, a lot of cow tanks, but so far so good. We have absolutely nothing bad to say. So I'm going to go and I'm going to show it to you here now, once I get blew away around this corner here. So yeah, it'll be interesting just to see where it's at in terms of price point and, you know, obviously durability. As I say, we don't know an awful lot about it. We don't know anything about it really. We don't even know what make it is, but all we know is that it's doing our job, and it's doing our job pretty well. And to be fair, we have been pumping an awful lot of slurry the past couple of weeks. So this is it here. So it's still very clean, but it definitely looks the part. So from what I can gather, it is very, very similar to the Briar pump, but basically they have it stickered up there in their own branding. But it's definitely a consideration to make. Like, as we would openly tell you already, like we are Dota pump people through and through, and Bauer just has not performed well for us at all this year, and downtime is not a thing that we can afford to have, unfortunately. But yeah, I will get Adam to give you a once over on it. I actually had intended to come up here yesterday and get Adam to go through all the stuff about this, but we were just for nothing after the rugby, for nothing. So there's another one of the bobble front reelers there. So that makes 3 of those that we have. We absolutely love them. If you follow us on social media, we put up a wee video just of Adam just really knocks it in one spot, down at the top, and all he done was just twist and turn the bobble. But no, we really like those. And just on that note as well, it's actually Slurry Equip who are making us our new nurse tank. So that is a first for them. So we will see just how that goes. But yeah, look, I will leave it there. I will try and get Adam geared up to get a wee video done just all with the pump in more detail. And I'm trying to hit this one. And hopefully get that out to you in the very near future. Alright, well look, I will head on here. Take care and be good.